This week's episode of Here's What I Don't Get is brought to you in part by your call-ins. Let's see if anyone calls in. Hello, and welcome back to Here's What I Don't Get, from north to south, east to west, the only formerly international podcast to tackle all of life's toughest issues and the longest consecutively running podcast on the See You Next Tuesday podcast network. I'm your host, Ted Burt, joining you live from the most dangerous city in America, St. Louis, Missouri. And with me today, to be determined, hopefully it's you. It's a couple days after the Super Bowl. Everyone's been talking about that. Bad Bunny, a Puerto Rican guy who doesn't speak English. I don't know. He won a Grammy for being not white. He did the halftime show, and conservatives had a huge fucking meltdown. So then liberals had a huge fucking meltdown about how great it was. And let me tell you something about the Super Bowl halftime shows. No one fucking cares. I saw something that was like, it's the most watched Super Bowl halftime show in history. Super Bowl halftime show. It's like, yeah, it's because every year, every Super Bowl is the most watched thing that was ever fucking put onto television. Every year, it's the same thing. Oh yeah, last year was only 100. Now it's 105. Now it's 120. Now it's the population of the United States is growing. There's a lot more people watching the Super Bowl. You know what people do during the halftime show? They go take a piss. They go take a piss, grab another beer, grab whatever the fuck else they have going on, hang out with their friends. Most people mute it because 9 times out of 10, it's fucking unlistenable. I think the last time I actually listened to a Super Bowl halftime show was when Bruno Mars did it several years ago. We used to have to watch them in college because we'd break down like the technical elements of how this stuff went together, and we like was it InDesign or Live Design, some website, they post all the lighting plots and stage plots a few days after the game, and we'd have to we'd be in class breaking it down, and then we'd watch the thing and talk about the plot and talk about the programming and talk about all the networking and shit. But every time we watched them in class, it would be like, all right, yeah, can we just go ahead and mute this? So we're just looking at the visuals. We don't really give a shit about the audio quality. I did think it was funny, the posts, people were posting what the view was like from the stands, and you just couldn't fucking see anything because they built a little forest in the middle of the field for him to dance around. It's like, this is very obviously meant for television only, whereas other ones it was like a stage show that you could actually see. Fucking embarrassing. But the other thing that drives me crazy is that people are interested in watching NFL sports still anymore. Nobody. What fucking boomer in you is still watching National Sports League shit in the year 2026? You would have thought that. I mean, wasn't Colin Kaepernick 10 years ago, right, kneeling America's just hates black people? Was that not your cue that maybe this shit wasn't for you? When they started doing the black national anthem alongside, when they put in the end zone no more hate or something, I feel like that would have been a lot of people are just still engaging with content that hates them. Oh yeah, the Seahawks beat the Patriots. Look at this guy. He got mad because the Patriots lost and smashed his TV. You gotta fucking take a deep breath in a Xanax, my man. I didn't watch it. I just hung out at home and I watched old movies. That was what I did on Sunday. It was great. There wasn't. I watched old movies, so it wasn't as obvious that Hollywood hates me and wants me dead. Yeah. Shit's crazy, but it did bring me my first issue. Here's what I don't get. Into the Memory Hole. So as part of his performance, Bad Bunny was like, we're all American, and they listed all of the countries in South America and Central America. I saw somewhere that he didn't say Canada, but maybe he did say Canada. I don't know. I didn't watch the thing. And he's like, we're all American. And now there's this whole fucking discourse on the internet that we are all United Statesians, and America refers to both continents collectively, not just the United States, like it has for my entire lifetime. And it's fucking unfathomable. That people just it was like a tweet went out, a group chat. Hey everyone, we're not saying we're Americans anymore. Everyone's gonna be American if they're in Mexico or Brazil or Honduras. I kind of feel like someone who's Honduran, if you're like, hey man, you're just an American, they're gonna go like, fuck, I am. I'm sure definitely Canadians are not going to be happy about suddenly becoming Americans. But it's like, don't remember, don't think, just this is what the story is now. The other one they're doing this with, the other memory hole that we're pretending never happened, is they're just pretending like all the pandemic stuff never happened. You were never told that you couldn't go to work and you had to stay inside your homes in 2020. What are you talking about? Like, excuse me, what? You didn't have to carry around papers to explain why you're out somewhere. My dad had a letter in his car that said he was an essential employee. In case he got pulled over, he could show it to the cops and be like, I'm just going to my job at making shit that works. That's a thing that happened. They're pretending like we can't remember 5 years ago. It is fucking insane. You were never forced to wear a mask. It's like, yes, cities were fining people. They were denying entry to stores because you didn't have a mask. I was denied service at a gas station in fucking St. Louis that I drive by on a semi-regular basis today because I was not wearing a mask in 2021. That's a thing that happened to me that I remember happening to me, and I could go fucking point to the 2021 episode right after it happened where I told the fucking story. That's a thing that happened. You can't just pretend it didn't happen. And it's all the more infuriating because it's not like, hey, we're sorry, we fucked up. All that pandemic shit, we went way too far. Having people have to carry papers, the whole fucking forcing you to get vaccinated so you could keep your job, wearing a mask, social distancing, all of it was bullshit. We shouldn't have put all those fucking old people and the sick people in old folks' homes to kill them. Our bad, guys. Our bad. There's no fucking apology. It's just like, nope, never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. And then people have, and then it's like, well, why do people think the moon landing never happened? Well, it's probably because of shit like this. Someone had a legitimate question at one point, and then you kind of dismissed it, and they're like, but I remember someone saying this thing, and rather than proving them wrong or just going like, oh, yeah, we did say that, Walter Cronkite misspoke. It's just like, no, you're an idiot. You're out. We're not talking to you. We're not talking to you. It never happened. Like, yes, it did happen. I was there. I remember these things. I vividly remember being denied service in multiple establishments. I remember moving in 2021, the summer of 2021, moving, and Todd and Tim and Truckin' and Tuckin' helped me move into my house. And then, as is the normal thing to do, took them out for steaks after we finished moving all the heavy shit. We walk into the place. I asked for a table for 4. We walk to the table. We're almost to the physical table. And she says, wait, do you guys not have masks? And I said, no, we all have medical conditions. We're just going to sit and eat. No problem to not wear a mask while you're sitting at the table. But it was the walking from the door to the table that was this big fucking deal at the time. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember that? The people on the left don't fucking remember this. Acting like I made this story up out of whole cloth. Like I'm the fucking nut job. And so they're just pretending this shit didn't happen. No, you didn't have to get a vaccine to work. Yeah, you fucking did. Broadway tours would not allow you to work for them unless you had a fucking vaccine card. And then when they're like, oh yeah, it's gonna take more boosters, it was like, well, we're gonna have to have people being extra boosted. It was like, motherfucker, people won't work for this shit with just the regular vaccine card. You think you're gonna get fucking full crews with boosters? Fuck off. And that was when they fucking started relaxing that shit. They had to wear masks. Couldn't go outside. People were arrested for standing outside their own fucking home. California was filling in outdoor skate parks. They arrested a guy for surfing. Miles from anyone. I was thrown out of Six Flags for sitting next to a pool without a fucking handkerchief over my face. Never happened. Never happened, Tab. You guys are crazy. All you fucking conservative nut jobs. Like, this is what you did. And they can't admit that, because if they admit that, they're like, well, oh, maybe I did fucking earn this world where ICE is going into neighborhoods and taking people, putting them in concentration camps and then shipping them back to the fucking countries they belong in. But hey, guess what? Great news. Mexico's America now. So you're not being deported from America. You're just being deported from Minnesota. And enjoy being an American in America, Mexico. Fuck off. Right out of my fucking country. What was the fucking meltdown about the Gulf of America if we're all America? Why does Mexico get the Gulf and not all of the America? It's all of our fucking Gulf. Is it not? Fucking crazy shit. Fucking crazy shit. No wonder shit like Bigfoot exists and the Loch Ness Monster. Some little fucking story gets in the grain. Oh, yeah, no, it must have been Bigfoot. Must have been Bigfoot. Amelia Earhart. We got no idea what happened to Amelia Earhart. Yeah, we do. They found her body after like 18 months. They found her remains on a beach. And then it wasn't until like the 90s, they're like, oh, shit, this is Amelia Earhart. And even still, today, I got a conversation in the last month or so. Amelia Earhart, they never found her. What happened to her? They found her. They found her. A lie gets halfway around the world before the truth is able to put its pants on. And so we did just keep fucking throwing shit out. Just throw shit out. Bury the next news story. Bury the next news story. You remember when that fucking guy wandered into all the daycares in Minnesota and found out that they were lying and stealing billions and billions of fucking dollars in fraud? Yeah, that was like a month and a half ago. Completely buried. They shot some dumbass liberal lesbian. Story's gone. Story's fucking gone. And then we shot a fucking cuckold guy, and the lady story's gone. And now Bad Bunny's in the Super Bowl, and the fucking guy is gone. And it's just one fucking thing after another, covering up everything into this fucking avalanche of shit where no truth has ever existed, and you're fucking crazy if you remember any of it. I'm so tired of this world. I'm so tired of this world and having to fucking argue with people about like the true facts of what happened because their brains are so easily programmed that they can't remember their own lives like 5 years ago. You know, the classic question about IQ and saying that if you're, was it below 100 or around 90 or something, you can't deal with conditionals. How would you feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning? Can you even remember if you had breakfast this morning? I'm really fucking worried about people, and it's just going to get worse as we keep outsourcing our fucking thoughts to things like ChatGPT and Grok. And they fucking cover up what we have going on. Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows, man? Oh, the conservatives know better too. Fucking fell for it again, taking all that crude oil we seized in Venezuela and shipping it straight to fucking Israel. Good job, everybody. America, make America great. America first. All our hard work, straight to Israel. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. They're running ads about anti-Semitism on the Super Bowl. Just see this clip. It's two white kids bullying a Jew. They put a sign on his back, and then they put it on his backpack. It's not even on his back. It's on his backpack. And then the black guy's like, hey, man, I got you, and covers it up with a blue square, and then he puts on a blue square. It's like, hey, why don't you take the fucking sticker off of your backpack? Moron. It's like, it's not even true. It's not even like foundly true. It's complete fabrications, and it just clouds the minds of the stupid. No, we've always referred to this area as America. This is America. They're making memes. This is North and South America. This is America, and this is the United States. You're a United Statesian. No, my man. In Mexico and South America, they call me an Americano. In Germany and the other Nordic countries, it's Amerikaner. In France, it's Americain. In England, it's asshole. These are the words that they use for us because we're Americans, and everyone's always fucking inherently known that. And now we're just pretending like words don't have any meanings anymore. Just changing the word. The fucking Epstein files. Oh, no. Goy's not a slur against Gentiles. It just means you're not Jewish. Like, nobody, we know what it fucking means. We know what it means. You can't just pretend like these fucking words don't have meaning anymore. Oh, just an ever-present now where words mean anything you want. It's fucking crazy. It is crazy the world we live in. Just do drugs, get high, enjoy your fucking rapid inflation. That's what's happening with boomers. Boomers are memory holding themselves into thinking that like, oh, hey, You can totally buy a home on a salary, like a given salary, and do your thing where you, just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's like your memory hole in the existence of the world that you live in right now. Exceedingly frustrating. Exceedingly frustrating. Because also there seems to be this whole thing where the left, I've noticed over the years, they don't believe in an objective truth, and a lot of their arguments leverage around this of like percent. I dated this woman last year who was like that didn't believe in that there was an objective reality, which I don't entirely disagree with. But if you don't believe that there's an objective reality, then there's no objective choice, there's no objective truth. And so what objective can you possibly have? I do believe we live in alternate realities where, but it's a perception gap, right? It's not there. I believe there's an objective reality, and then what we all have is our own subjective reality based on our perceptions. Our perceptions are based on, our experience and whether or not we can remember 15 minutes in the past. And there are a lot of people with no objective view of reality. They like the left, the big one is like, we're the resistance, we're standing up. What the fuck are you resisting? Like, they're like, oh yeah, when the world something about, because at the end of the fucking Bad Bunny thing, there was like a big sign. It was like, we endorse love and not hate, or some fucking gay slogan like that. And it's like, and so they're saying like, yeah, when everything is tyranny, like love is a form of resistance. Like, the largest sporting event on the planet, the Olympics are going on, and it's the most watched Super Bowl of all time. It was a really bad weekend if you're like me and don't give a shit about sports. The largest sporting event of the year just gave you a 20-minute hand job, just fucking to completion. Out into the space, so you can go, yeah, we're fucking love, man. We're all America. We're all of us the same. Not a fucking word in English. Fucking running around with the ball. Look, we know what you mean when you say you love us. You mean you want us fucking dead. I'm tired of that too. I'm tired of that framing. That's a classical memory hole framing. The Ministry of Truth actually made propaganda. The Ministry of Peace made war. Ministry of Plenty made sure that there was famine. Like, no, we're team love. We're team love. We just want everyone to have love and free healthcare. Okay, yeah. I don't want that. Well, then you must be a hate. Okay, I'm a hate. All right, well, if you're a hate, then you need to become love. I don't want to become love. I like the hate. I think we should have hate. Okay, well, then we're going to kill you. How is that love? Well, we're going to kill you with love. Yeah, we're going to drown you in porn and drugs until you're so fucking numb to the world that you either can't fight back or you just die. That's what they're really hoping for, is just die. That seemed to be what the pandemic was. Like, all right. Here's $1,200. Go get yourself a bunch of alcohol or drugs or whatever you got going on, and just sit inside your fucking home with your depression and treat that with all these substances. And if that doesn't work, then go get the fucking cold and die. Please just fucking die so we can have our new world order. I feel like fucking Alex Jones. Been listening to the old episodes. I'm in like early 2022 now. And man, it's crazy. The same exact bullshit. Same bullshit, same bat time, same bat channel. Just the same fucking shit. It's a crazy world we're living in. It's a crazy world of just endless onslaught of people wanting you fucking dead and just trying to ruin your life for no fucking reason. Hey, you were mean to a fat girl on the internet. You should lose your job. Cool story. Definitely the party of love there. Oh, yeah. The other thing is like there's no seemingly, no one should be held accountable for their actions unless you're against the party, and then you need to be absolutely fucking destroyed. Like I talked about it before on the show. All this media. There's so much media in our culture, which is just about like standing up against the system and individual rights, and like the group isn't always right all the time. And we live in this world today where, like, Star Wars said, "You're the bad guy, so I have to destroy you." Another one that they're memory holing is they're like, "I hate John McCain. I fucking white hot hate John McCain," and they're like, nobody called John McCain a Nazi. Like, are you fucking kidding? Like, sitting members of Congress told us that John McCain was pure evil. Barack Obama said that if Mitt Romney got elected, he'd be putting black people in chains. There were fucking stenciled art things all over Tulsa during the Iraq War in the early 2000s. That was Bush. It was Bush with a swastika on him somewhere, and I might have just been his. And it was like, you've been calling every fucking right wing person for my entire lifetime literally Hitler. Literally Hitler. Like, if you think that everyone on the right, every right leader is Hitler, then you have to at the very least think that anyone who's like, hey, this isn't so bad, is some form of Nazi. And it goes back to the 2016 era when we started having that whole fucking conversation. Is it ethical to punch a Nazi? Is it ethical to punch a Nazi? This is just you trying to soft launch into political violence against people you disagree with. Well, it is okay to punch a Nazi. Okay, great. So if there's a Nazi, then physical violence is absolutely warranted and okay. Great. Now everyone that I disagree with is a Nazi. So I am thus, of course, completely justified in wanting to hurt them. You can't hurt me because I'm the anti-fascist. That's what we are. We're good guys. And inherently anything we do must be good guy things. Man, I don't know how to fix it other than like just solar flare, wipe out the internet, send us all back to subsistence farming for several generations. Like, I don't know, man. World's broken. World is hopelessly broken. And I would not be surprised if we don't have a Super Bowl next one, whatever one it is, because we're at that point embroiled in just a civil war where the cities are all fucking burning to the ground and we're just wholesale slaughtering one another because I've got blue hair and you've got a red hat, and thus one of us has to die. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then during it all, conservatives are all gonna fucking fight against one another. Just be like, yep, I gotta wipe you. I dislike you. We're on the same side, but we disagree on like 10% of things, so I can't stand with you. And it's like, this is why they always win. This is why they can fucking throw a fit and get Trump on TV being like, well, we're only gonna deport the massive criminals, just the worst of the worst. No, man, not the worst of the worst. All of them, and the H-1B, and the O-1s, and the fucking no amnesty. If you're here illegally, you're going back. You're going back. That's it. Period. We don't need it. We'll fucking rebuild. The GDP line can go down for a little bit. It'll be fine. But I do would not be surprised to see us in a civil war or a world war or a massive depression within the next 10 months. Before the end of 2026. Just the whole fucking house of cards comes. What are you gonna do? Anyway, the other issue I have for you, I don't know how to really phrase this, but so the last episode that I did, I talked about how my mom suing my dad for paternity of my younger sister, who he is not the father of. And I've got something of an update on that because, well, so last week was my mom's birthday, and like any good son, I texted her the night before. I was going to bed late, texted happy birthday when I got in bed. And then I got up and I didn't see a response. Went to work. We had a office party after work. I get home about 7:30 and I'm like, hey, I never fucking heard anything from my mom. Let me give her a call. So I give her a call, straight to voicemail. Boop, straight to voicemail. which is weird because she has a job where she answers the phone for the living. So something to go straight to voicemail would be out of character. So I do the only thing I can think of, and I call the sheriff's office down there in Tulsa, and I'm like, "Hey, can someone do a wellness check?" I haven't heard. Well, the last thing I heard was on January 29th. My mom texted me and said that she was not coming to St. Louis on what would have been last weekend. No explanation, just we're not going to make it up there. And so I replied back, and I was like, "Okay, the next weekend that I have off is going to be blah blah blah," and gave some details. And then and so that was the last time I heard from him. So, and then I got to looking at, and I got off. They sent someone. They're like, "Yeah, we'll give him a call, and then we'll send someone." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then I got looking at the text message and saw that on the 29th, the reply that I gave to that had not been read, or looked at. You know, RCS lets you see whether or not the person has received or read your text. No, says they're not read. Has been received, has not been read. So I go on and wait until about 11 o'clock. I'm going to bed, and I call the sheriff's office again, and I'm like, "Yeah, I called in a wellness check like 3 hours ago. What's going on?" And they put me on hold, and they look some shit up, and they come back, and I'm like, "Yep, we made contact. Everything's fine." So the only interpretation of those events that I can really ascertain is that I have been blocked for whatever reason, and I can only assume it's in regards to this lawsuit because that's the only thing that has changed in the family in the last 8 months since Christmas, I guess. Uh, so that's pretty fucked up. Pretty fucked up to block your only son and basically the only child you have that will talk to you because my younger sister has Down syndrome and not doesn't have a choice. You know, lives the legal guardian. So yeah, pretty upset about that. I've in a couple weeks I'm going on a road trip with my younger sister on that side. We're going to go visit our older sister in Denver and meet our newest niece and thus far my only niece, which I'm looking forward to, and I'm sure we'll have some good windshield time to talk about what a fucked monster our mother is. Um, what really has me sad though is to think that I might not ever get to see my other sister on that side again. It's got me pretty fucking bummed out. Uh, you know, just like, and it's not surprising. I'll say. My mom's a narcissist, so she's been quick to cut people out of her life lots of times over the years. Just one and done. I, some little slight, some flaw, something, and you're dead to her. Uh, my youngest sister on that side in 2021, I think it was, yeah, 2021, 2022, somewhere in there. She cut ties and moved to Oregon, and then I moved her to Toronto late last year. Uh, and in the 5 years that they've been no contact, my mom has tried to contact her about 3 times in that, and my sister's just ignored her, just not gonna not gonna mess with it. Uh, and that is my mom's fault, as is this blocking now is my mom's fault. My dad is not my sister's father. He's the father of 2 of them, but not the rest of them. Uh, and this is I don't know what the point of this lawsuit is. I don't know what she wants to see trying to get out of it. I don't know what she fucked up, and I don't know why I deserve the blame for her fucked decisions. But I guess that's I got to be the bad guy. I got to be the villain in her story. So that's that, you know. I guess dealing with narcissists maybe is the way to phrase that story. or that issue. Unfortunately, it becomes like almost second nature. You know, you grow up living with a narcissist. You just kind of like, oh yeah, yeah. My parents a narcissist. I'm just gonna fucking deal with it. Um, and so you just avoid them in your day to day life as much as possible. Uh, but yeah, I called it, man. I fucking called it too. Everybody was like, every year people are like 2026, new year, new me. This is the one. This is one. Everything's gonna get better. And I was like, nope, nope. This is gonna be a fucking pile of shit after pile of shit. Hence someone picking a fight with me in the fucking Whataburger at 2:30 in the morning on January 1. I was like, yes, vindicated right away. This is the way that the fucking year is gonna be. We're going to civil war. It's just going to war with Venezuela. Everything is going to be shit. This is what 2026 is going to be. Buckle the fuck up because this is just what it is. Everything is bad. Nothing is good. And deal with it the best you can. Because man, if I had like walked into 2026 and been like, 2026 is going to be great. It's going to be fucking great. I wouldn't be wildly sad now, but I was kind of prepped for how shit everything was going to be. So anyway, on the 26th, say a prayer for my sister Sage, because it'll be your 31st birthday. Yeah. And who knows? We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the world. That's what's going on. That's what's got me irritated. There's a lot that's got me irritated, but that's the stuff that I'm open and ready and willing to talk about. Unfortunately, I don't see anyone in the standby other than my soundboard. So I don't know. Should I let it sit for a minute or just I didn't say the link to call in is in the the YouTube description. Like and subscribe. Down below, and I posted in the Discord, I think when I started the stream. What else is going on? I can see if there's any weird news. I haven't looked at any weird news in a while. News of the weird, oddities, funny news stories. Let's see. Fuck off with your fucking cookies. Nobody wants your cookies. News of that agenda. Get raped. Yeah, this is a lot of shit. Newly uncovered wooden tools from Greece are over 400,000 years old. This sounds fucking made up. 2 artifacts found at Lakeshore in Greece, the oldest wooden tools to be uncovered so far and date back 430,000 years. One is a spindly stick about 2.5 feet long that could have been used for digging in the mud. And the other is a smaller, more mysterious handheld chunk of willow or poplar wood that may have been used to shape stone tools, according to research published Monday. Scientists think ancient humans wielded a whole litany of tools made from stone, bone, and wood, but it's particularly difficult to find evidence of wooden tools today because wood rots so quickly. No fucking way. We had to fucking say wood rots, wild shit. The link doesn't detect my mic, and I'd just be calling in to say, hey, and remember the agreement that time next year. Yeah, that's fair. 430,000 years old. People in Greece were using tools. How could that be? Because I was assured that it was Kangs, and we all came from Africa, but now we got 300,000-year-old sticks in China and Germany. Oh man, someone's got to reset the simulation. You think it's a simulation? It's got to be, right? That's the only thing that can explain why everyone's so fucking stupid. Like, I truly cannot be this fucking smart. There's no way. There is no fucking way that I can't be the only one that's like this. My brain is not that fucking unique. I don't remember if I talked about this. well, let me read this news story because this is actually local news. A few weeks ago, several monkeys got loose in northern St. Louis. Um, which is funny because northern St. Louis is the black side of St. Louis. And people were fucking AI photoshopping them into shit. And the fucking St. Louis Park Service is like AI photoshopping, like the monkeys are at Tower Grove Park. Check it out, y'all. It's like, this is exceedingly unhelpful. AI has fucking ruined us. Some vervet monkeys, they're native to sub-Saharan Africa and they're widespread. They weigh about 7 to 17 pounds. And yeah, so they were out. I think they escaped from the zoo. They were working with the zoo to get them. Didn't follow up and say whether or not they're caught. And I gotta be honest, I don't remember if they got caught either. So yeah. What was the I was gonna tell a story that I forgot. It entered my head and then I completely forgot about it. So I guess that's it. I guess that's the state of the show so far. Who knows? Who knows what's to come? Who knows what the rest of the world has to hold for us? Let's just see if fucking hold together on our own. So it's a short episode, short and sweet, to the point, mostly focused, not drunk. And yeah, so this will go out on the feeds and I don't know, maybe schedule the next time in a little bit more in advance. But thank you for listening to Here's What I Don't Get. I've been Tab Burt, and I'll catch you guys next time.